Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's Room of Choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Welcome to the Black Tax. There's an African proverb that says, "Don't judge people's scars before you know their stories." Oftentimes, I am put in situations by just being Black. Day-to-day living, walking around, minding my business, going to and from and to, never really caring about the envelopians who seem to want to have a say or want to put their 2 cents in and then get offended when you throw it back in their face. This is something that happens to all of us all the time, and I have many stories. But I'm going to use one particular story, and that's traveling. So I travel roughly 13, 14, 15 times a year. I'm either going to and from Los Angeles to New York to Los Angeles, DC, and Atlanta. Soon it might be Texas, depending on some structural deals that I'm working on. But I carry things. So oftentimes I check a bag because when I'm going from one coast to the other, I'm going to be there more than a week. I'm normally going to be there somewhere between 2 to 3 months. So I carry enough things that I'm going to need for the 3-month stay that I'm gone. I also carry my carry-ons, which is a duffel bag that has clothes in it, a pair of sneakers, some shoes, 2 suits, toiletries, yada, 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 yada. In my other bag, I carry an iPad Pro, an iPad Air, a MacBook Pro, a microphone, cables, cords, MPC, and whatever other gadgets I need to carry. Backup batteries, optical drive, all the computer equipment that I may need while I am working in a hotel, in LA, in New York, wherever it is. I have everything I need, so I don't have to figure out how to get some stuff done if I can't get it done. Okay, so on this particular time, I am on a mid-morning flight. I am TSA pre-checked. I have clear, so I seldom have any real problems getting through the lines because I've paid for the services to be able to get the things that I need to have so that I can move quickly. So I'm in line. I got an ID by the TSA officer. As a clear officer brings me to him, they look at my ID, I go through. So I'm waiting in line to put my bag on the conveyor belt. When it's my turn, I open my bag and I start taking out my computer and my iPad. The white woman comes behind me and she says, "Oh, no. You don't have to do that. No. You just put everything on the belt and it'll be fine." I turned around and I looked at her and I said, "You should mind your motherfucking business. I don't need your help." I don't know why white people think that we need white saviors. I think we are capable of learning ourselves. In fact, the thing about white women that annoys the fuck out of me is that they think Black men are stupid or Black people are stupid. Mind you, Black women are the most educated humans in this country. So they might want to take a lesson or two. And we were the ones who took care of your children, took care of how to make you healthy, how to do the things that you don't need to know, and you just don't understand that. But that's a different story, a different time, and a different place. The woman then gets defensive. "There's no reason for you to talk to me that way. I was just trying to help you out." And once again, I turn to her and I say, "Helping me out means you should mind your motherfucking business, you nasty white whore." Now, I know that my language is a little much. I get that. However, her insistent trying to prove herself right is where she went wrong. So as I'm getting everything settled, there are people I'm telling them go around me because I got to get all this done. And they're going around me. And then she decides that she's now going to go around me. If you had just listened to me, we could have gone through this. And I look at the black TSA officer and she looks at me as if to give me permission. And I was like, okay, look here, you fucking cunt. I carry 3 computers with me. The x-ray machine can't see through my bag. Therefore, I have to take out 2 of them so that the x-ray machine can do its job, TSA can do its job. And because I am Muslim with an Islamic name, it tends to be problematic sometimes traveling because of you white people assuming that everybody who's Muslim is a terrorist. Now, I need for you to go have the day you need to have and stop talking to me. She looks at me in a huff. The TSA agent has put her head down because she's trying not to giggle, but I know she's giggling inside. We get through TSA. I put everything back in my bag. I throw my bag over my shoulder. I pick up my duffel bag. I head to Starbucks. I get some hot water. I go to the boarding area. And here come this white bitch again. Okay, I'm sitting there minding my business with my headphones on, and she decides she's going to sit in front of me. Now, I don't know if she thought that was intimidate me, but I don't intimidate easily, especially when it comes to the white people, the rice rangers, the envelopians, the individuals who don't know anything but think they know everything, but that's okay. So it's clear she's trying to get my attention, and I'm ignoring her because I don't really am in the mood to engage with her because she is being persistent that she needs to have her voice heard, and she needs to make sure that I understand her positioning. That has a lot to do with their white men not respecting their opinions or their decisions or what they do. So they then think they could do the same thing to black and brown people because they believe that we are less than they are, and therefore they know better. So the ticket counter people come, I get up, I go over to the ticket counter so that I can see if I can upgrade my seat. Was able to upgrade my seat and for points, which was great. And I go back to my seat and I sit down. This is a flight that's flying from New York to Los Angeles. So I'm starting to put my headphones back on my ears. And she says, there was a better way to talk to me than the way you did. I looked at her and I simply said, if at the time you were acting like a cunt, you got called a cunt, then guess what, cunt, you're a cunt. Put my headphones back on and I'm good. She's red and she's flustered and she's disgusting and pissed off and angry because I won't bend to her bullshit. It's time to get on the plane. Everybody's getting on the plane. They call first class passengers. I grab my things. I go up to the gate. I check in. I get to my seat. I'm not a window seat kind of guy, but there was only a window seat left. So I took it, and it was the last row of first class. So I take the window seat. I get settled in, and then the passengers start coming on the plane. By the time this white woman and her white woman friend or lover or whatever she was, they're now getting on the plane, and I'm sitting with a cocktail in my seat. She looks at me with the greatest disgust. And I'm like, well, fuck her, fuck this, fuck that. I'm gonna be me, and she don't like it. I don't care. We get to Los Angeles. I'm getting off the plane. I'm getting myself situated. I try never to go to the bathroom after I get off the plane. I want to go straight and get my luggage. And once I get my luggage, then if I had to relieve myself, I'll go do that. I don't trust people at all with luggage. I've had my luggage stolen twice. So I'm very eyeballing. Where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? Also, I have Apple tags in all of my luggage now. So I can track where it is, where it's going, who's got it, if it happens to come up missing. I'm at the carousel. Here comes this white woman, still wanting to plead her case. And now I've lost my temper. She's like, we live in a world that, and before she could say anything else, at the top of my voice, And my voice, when it's on full throttle, carries. It carries so much that everyone got silent in the terminal. Listen here, you fucking white bitch. I have tried my damnedest to ignore you, but you want to just keep on pushing my fucking buttons. If you continue to be this aggressive to get your point across, I'm not only going to smack the taste out your mouth, I'm going to kick you in your fucking ribs and crack. Everybody's quiet. Appear to be the aggressor. Please come over. And she's like, oh my God, he's threatening me. Sir, this has been going on since New York. She has been disrespectful. She is pleading her case. She is trying to tell me what I know already. And I explained my situation, and the black cop looked at me and is like, are you joking? And I was like, absolutely not, sir. She got it in her mind that she has to educate me. Like, I need a white savior. Cop was like, just have a good day. Thank you. I leave. And she's like, you're not going to do anything? Look at what he said to me. And so I leave. Oftentimes, I find that when we are in these professional spaces, these places of that our education opens up doors for us, there is always someone white who wants to tell you what you're doing, or the white person who's been there the longest wants to dump her work or his work on you because they don't think you know what your job title is and what you need to do. And then when you correct them, they get in their feelings, and then they begin to go on their path that this is the bad person, and they start pulling people in, telling them half truths and half lies. I'm a guy who stands my ground. I'm a guy who's going to tell you like it is. If your feelings get hurt, I don't care. If you poke your nose in business that don't belong to you, I'm going to really hurt your feelings. And I think sometimes they are under the impressions, because they have been trained, generationally trained, that we don't know ourselves, we don't know better, we don't know anything. When in actuality, we know everything there is to know about what is and what we're doing. Sure, there are some gaps and some spaces that we might need some assistance, but don't make the assumption that we need your help unless we ask for it, because that assumption is inherently racist. And I think it's the nuances of the inherent racists that most white people miss. So what we need to do is this, or what I think the moment of advice here should be, is that trust your gut. You know what you're doing. You don't need someone white to tell you what you're doing or what you're doing wrong. That's what your boss is for, not a coworker. If you are in a job where you have a supervisor who's a micromanager, just remind them of this. If they ever say to you, there's no I in team, turn around and say, but there are two in micromanaging, and shut them up and move on. Remember, you know what you're doing. You don't need white people's approval or acceptance, but if you don't stop them when they start, it only gets worse. Stay woke. We out.